We are all mirrors for each other. We reflect back to people who they want to be and or who they don't want to be. Others do the same for us. Most of the time, you're not aware of it, but when you become aware of it, you will finally start to become your authentic self. Suffering will become less, and you will start to enjoy life a whole lot more. The people that we are inspired by, that we admire, that we envy, are showing us our potential we haven't yet reached. The people that trigger us are showing us what we need to change or become more aware of in order to become the person we truly want to be, our authentic self, our truth. Our greatest self-created problem is that when these things happen, we often move into resistance. We become defensive, we place blame, we unconsciously choose to become a victim. Rarely do we take responsibility. If you get irritated by people who can't make a decision and always want others to make the decision, there is a good chance that you do that too. If you are irritated or triggered by people who often back out of commitments or always seem to have a million excuses as to why they can't do something, there is a good chance you do that too. If you are irritated by people who interrupt conversations, there is a good chance that you do that too. Whatever it is that a person or that people do that irritate or trigger you, there is a good chance that you do that too, and you're just not aware of it. I know now, I was definitely an irritating or triggering person years ago, and probably still am. However, about 15 years ago, someone pointed out to me that there were some things that I was doing regarding communication that were definitely things that I didn't want to do, but I was completely unaware of it. I didn't know I was doing it. Back then, I was like a magpie with tinfoil. I could not hold my attention to one conversation at a time. Knowing what I know now, it is clear to me that back then, it was a trauma response. It was a significant need to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. Ever since then, since that was brought to my attention, I have been very aware of this. And while I'm sure there are still times I fall back into the old pattern, more so, I am aware of it and can control my behavior or quickly change it. This is something that I have been really practicing and focusing on a lot lately. I'm noticing what people are mirroring to me, for me. Old me would have got defensive, I would have judged, and maybe would have even placed blame. Now, instead, I observe, I take time to reflect inwards to see what I am being irritated about. Then I think about my own behaviors and actions and can make a more conscious, loving choice on how I am going to respond to that trigger or irritation. And when you do that, you know what happens? I find gratitude. I find growth. I learn how to become a better person, a better friend, a better listener. I find peace. The most powerful growth comes from discomfort. Some of our greatest teachers can be the people who trigger us. We can learn from every person we come in contact with as to who we want to be and who we don't want to be. So I encourage you to open yourself up to those uncomfortable situations. Embrace triggers with gratitude. And instead of turning your energy outwards on the triggers around you, turn inwards to the one and only place you have full control of. Have a great day.